Hey guys, it's Whitney from Thanks for the Food, and I'm here today to show you how to make tahini dressing. Now, for those of you that don't know, tahini is toasted sesame seeds that have been ground into a paste, and I like to think of this is what tahini butter, basically, or tahini looks like, and it kind of just looks like a sesame peanut butter. I buy mine from the natural store, so mine is organic, but you can of course buy it in most Asian markets in Norway and also in most Middle Eastern restaurants, or excuse me, Middle Eastern stores, pretty much all over the world. And the great thing about tahini is if you're someone who is vegan or vegetarian, it's great because it kind of gives your food a little bit more body. Because obviously it's got some fat to it, but also it's great if you are allergic to peanuts and you still want something that's nutty in your dressings or just in your kitchen. So that's tahini. So we're going to basically make a dressing out of tahini and some other ingredients that you pretty much have the rest of them in your kitchen. Tahini you might have to make a special case and go buy. Okay, so what I'm going to use today is, of course, my wonderful KitchenAid standing mixer, and I'm going to use that together with this whisk attachment. And before we get started, I'm just going to attach this attachment. I'm just going to put the attachment on. Yeah. So the attachment, actually, let's put everything in the bowl first and then put the attachment on because that makes life way easier. Okay, I'll put all of the all of the ingredient measurements in the note section or in the comments section below. So the first thing that we want to add into the bowl is our tahini. And then the next thing that we're going to add is water. You can kind of do water to, I don't want to say to taste, but you can kind of, we're basically just using the water to thin out the consistency. I like my dressing to be more runny than for it to be thick. But if you like your dressing a little bit thicker, use less water. If you like it a little bit thinner than I like mine, then put more water. Don't put too much water though, but you can put, a fourth of a cup or 50 milliliters more of water in. Okay, so we have our tahini in, our water in. The next thing that you want to do is lemon juice. And of course, mine is always freshly squeezed because that's best. So always use freshly squeezed lemon juice. The next thing, I use red wine vinegar because I like the tang that it has, and it's also more readily available than some of the other vinegars. And then I just put in like a half a teaspoon of agave nectar, which I've spoken about a few times in the blog. I got this online from iherb.com. So I had this shipped from the US to Norway, and the shipping on iHerb is pretty inexpensive. So and agave nectar in Norway can be really expensive. So I usually get my agave nectar from iHerb. Okay. Now we put in the vinegar, we put in the agave nectar. The next thing that I'm going to put in is, of course, garlic. Now, I've just done a video to show you how to basically get your garlic to look like this. I've grated the garlic on a microplane grater, and that way the garlic gets to be more like a paste than just kind of chunks of garlic. And that's great in salad dressing because then you don't get these huge pieces of garlic, which, of course, can be unpleasant. The next thing I'm going to add is the sea salt. Let's just make sure we get all of that into the bowl. And that's basically it. The next thing that I'm going to do is add the whisk attachment back on to the KitchenAid. And the KitchenAid is great for doing things besides bread. I mean, I know that the KitchenAid, especially with like the kneading hook, is really good for doing breads, but it also does really good. It also does a million other little things, and salad dressing is one of them. Okay, so now that we've put in all of our ingredients, I'm going to basically turn this on power level 6, and then 8, and then 10. And we're just going to mix it together until all the ingredients are incorporated. Okay, I'm obviously not going to leave it on 10 that long because I forgot to put the spill or the splatter guard thing on because I always forget and I'm making a bit of a mess. So anyways, when you finish blending everything together, let's just like take this off so we can just see. Let me just put this in the back. And then when you take the spill guard off, what you get is something that's like when you take the spill guard off, what you get is something that basically looks like sandy mud, basically. But it doesn't taste like sandy mud because you've got all those really, yummy things in there, like the garlic and the salad, all the, the salt and the lemon juice and the agave and everything. It just really comes together. The one thing that you do have to be a little bit careful with tahini, especially if you buy it natural or organic, is there's usually not ingredients in there that keep the mass of that keep it all kind of blended together, and that happens when you buy natural peanut butter. It always kind of separates. So sometimes when I make this, sometimes there's a little bit, like now there's a little bit of tahini that's like stuck at the bottom that hasn't been mixed together. But when you scoop this out or when you pour it out, just make sure that you kind of get those last little bits and just give it a quick stir. Let's put this in our bowl so we can just see exactly how this looks. And you can see that it basically just comes out, there's a piece that didn't get mixed, but you basically just get this like really, nice and fluid dressing, and it's just, it's great to put on any kind of vegetable salad, really, and just any kind of salad it's great to put in. I love making the salad dressing because I have several friends that are, one, I just like the taste of sesame seeds, but I have several friends who are vegetarians, and for them it's a great way that they get something kind of creamy and just full-bodied and flavorful without, dairy or any of those things that they don't eat. So that's my recipe for making tahini dressing. It's tahini, water, lemon juice, red wine vinegar, a little bit of agave nectar for sweetness, just a touch, 3 cloves of minced garlic, and then sea salt. And again, I'll put all of the ingredients for this recipe down in the notes section below. If there's any other recipes that you guys want to see me make or any questions you have about any of the ingredients, just leave those in the comment section. And thanks for watching. I'll see you on my next video. Before I forget, you can always find me, always find me on my blog, which is thanksforthefood.blogspot.com. You can also find me on Twitter, on Facebook, on Pinterest, on Instagram, and of course you can always find me on YouTube. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!